everybody, welcome back. Paws up. Today we're going to be making one of the meals, and this one is entitled Maddie's Favorite. Let's get started. Okay, so for Maddie's favorite recipe, he's my sous chef. This is Beryl, he's my little baby. He's my taste tester. All right, so Maddie's recipe calls for chicken, and so we'll be following the same 80 with 5 for the protein, 15 for the fruits and vegetables, and 5 for the grains. Combination recipe. So we'll be using ground chicken and then hearts and gizzards for the 5%. What I mean by that is you want 80% of your recipe to always be meats. 5 of that 80% should be your organ meat. So for today we're using the hearts and gizzards. The 15% will be comprised, and this is not all the chicken we're going to use. So for the other 15% of your fruits and veggies, we're going to be using kale, spinach, green beans, carrots, Granny Smith apples, raspberries, and we've got some cilantro in there. And then for the 5% for the grains, we're going to be using garbanzo beans or chickpeas and regular peas and brown rice. And that's already been cooked. So that'll only be a little bit of this stuff. The rest of it will mainly be that for your 15. Okay, so this is the chicken that we've got in here. I've already kind of started mashing it up in there and swirling it together. We'll just go ahead and add the remainder of that. So that's your 80% meat, okay? Now 5 of that 80% of your recipe is gonna be your organ meats. So that's your hearts and stuff in there. Put all that together. Now you don't wanna brown it because you'll take away a lot of, a lot of the nutrients. You wanna just do a gentle cook on your meat. I add a cup of water, so it actually kind of more like stews the meat, and you will keep that moisture and it'll remain in the recipe. It'll sort of just stew the meat. That cup of water will remain in there, and it'll allow you to gently cook the meat as well as maintain all the nutrients in the meat. We'll come back once this is all cooked off. So now that your meat is fully cooked, we like to just gently cook it so it's almost stewed. You know, you don't want to lose all the nutrients that's in that meat. I'm going to go ahead and add in the majority of my vegetables, rice and stuff like that. Allow them to, once you get it all in there, allow it to cook for, we're going to run out of room. So the meat is in here. We just changed pots, and the green beans, the peas, the garbanzo beans are all in there. I'm going to continue adding the veggies, the harder veggies. It's totally up to you, but you may just want to add in your green leafies more towards the end of the cooking process. Go ahead and throw that rice on in there. Those green leafy vegetables really only need to be wilted. They don't need really any cooking, neither do these exactly, but I just like to combine it, bring it all together. You're gonna wanna let this cook for about 3 minutes, just to kind of combine and bring all those minerals and vitamins together that all those ingredients bring to the table of the recipe. And then we will add in our green leafy vegetables, and then we'll get it all bagged up for you so you can see. So we'll let that cook like that for 3 minutes. All right, so we're 3 minutes in on cooking those down. And I know that all that stuff is fully edible as is. I just like to incorporate all the ingredients, and kind of allows the minerals and vitamin content to get all mixed in there and not be choppy. So we're gonna go ahead and add the leafy greens. So that's spinach and kale. And I'll also add some cilantro. Gives a little flavor, as well as there are a lot of vitamins and minerals in there that you wouldn't really think there would be, but we'll just incorporate that, and all you really want to do is just wilt it. Some dogs are a little picky about their greens. They won't eat them raw, but they will eat them wilted and mixed into their stuff. So again, we're not looking to cook out all the nutrients of it, but we just want to soften it a little bit, especially that kale. And if you chopped all the way down, you know, for the full stem, you have some firm pieces there. So we've got that incorporated, and we'll just let that sit for about another minute or two. Allow those kale pieces to soften a bit, and then we will go ahead and bag it up. All right, see, now everything is nice and wilted and soft, a little more palatable for them. Sometimes dogs are picky just with crunchy stuff, and some are not. So this just kind of makes it easier for all involved. So you just turn off the heat, and turn and take it off the heat for now, and allow it. So see, it's still kind of like a stew. Still pretty juicy in there, and you won't dump that out or strain that off. You'll keep that. A lot of the nutrients is in there. We'll just allow that to cool off now, and make it where it's more easy to handle, and put into the portion bags. And for Beryl, he gets just under a cup in each meal. Go ahead and you add that up. Now I've also gone ahead and ground up my eggshells. There's a bunch of eggshells in here. I have no idea how many. Probably 2 weeks worth. I just rinse out the eggshell, let them dry so they're nice and brittle, and then I'll process them in like a food processor or just my little bullet or a blender, get them to a powder stage. And then for his weight, I do a half of a teaspoon in each meal. And it's okay if it's not exact powder, if it's a little bit of crunch to it left, a little bits, that's just fine. So the reason for the eggshells to go into the food is for their calcium. Some of your darker leafy greens, like the kale and things, and spinach, yes, they do have some calcium in it, but not quite what their daily need is. So we just grind it up, and then once it is ground up, it'll stay for a good long time. I keep mine in a baggie in the freezer. I used what was left of mine in my garden in my compost. So I had to make a new batch this morning. So I'm gonna continue bagging these up, and then we'll be all set. Okay, and we're just gonna show you that they really do like these homemade meals. Beryl, you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait, young man. Just put his portion out there. You're gonna wait. Okay. He gets super happy about his meals. Well, thank you guys for tuning in again, and look forward to sharing more tips and meals with you. So go ahead and hit the like and subscribe buttons down there below, and you can get notified about our future videos. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks again. Bye.